I'm waiting for my wife as usual, but I'll get started. First of all, welcome to everyone. It's amazing to see so many of you here. A bit crowded, but we don't mind that for no reason at all. It is really great to be back at King Edward's, which is where it all started. So, battery. It started here 31 years ago, would you believe? And it started as Vivatis. And I sat down with the head of music and the head of art, and we planned a 1 week. And included in that 1 week was an art exhibition which Evelyn curated. And we had everything going on then. We had a school prom in Guildford, which we repeated in the Charter Hall at King Edward's. We had contemporary music demonstrations. McLaren brought cars. There were so many things going on, and that was the whole idea, was to really encourage youngsters, not just our own pupils, but from local schools and surrounding, to get involved in the performing and visual arts. And that carried on until 2011 when I retired, and I think at that point the school decided it was just too much to carry on. And the artists that we worked with were really disappointed. So quite late on in 2011, we decided we'd go independent. And that's why we're called AppArt, because we were apart from Vivatis, which was the beginning. And a good friend of ours, Charles Secret, who has a variety of enterprises in Milford, gave us a greenhouse free so that we could start. And we had 2 exhibitions there. And then the head of art at Pricefield School, who was the exhibitor, said, why don't you come to Pricefield? And to be honest, the glass houses were great to get us started, but they weren't ideal, particularly for oil paintings. And we had a couple of floods, which didn't help either. So we went to Pricefield, and we've been there for 12 years. For reasons I'm not going to explain, it was no longer possible for us to continue there. So I approached King Edward's to see if we could come back here. And I have to say, their support and enthusiasm has been unbelievable. And I think we've got the best venue ever. It's not the same as the original one, but I think it's definitely better. And since I retired, I think the school has really been upgraded. The grounds now are superb, and they've spent a lot of money refurbishing the school and the boarding houses. So I think anyone that comes here has a very good set of facilities. What's really nice this year is that we've got all members of the King Edward's community that are actually exhibiting. So we've got prep school students, art scholars from King Edward's, head of art at Barrow Hills, the artists in residence, and parents and staff. And if you look in the calendar, in the catalogue, you won't be able to distinguish who they are, but there are a number of works of art from the students and the King Edward's community. We're really delighted with that. Enough of that. My main task today is to introduce our special celebrity guest artist, Nicola Godden, who's been very patient whilst I've prattled on. We are really delighted to have Nicola with us, and she's been very generous. We've got 6 of her sculptures outside and 3 inside, which is quite astonishing. She is a national sculptor, figurative sculptor mainly, and her interest in sculpture goes back 40 years. I didn't see Hammersmith Man, but I did see Icarus 1 in the Olympic Village in 2012 because I was a volunteer for the Olympics. We have got 3 versions of Icarus here, but I'm going to let you mention them if you wish to. But not just figurative sculpture. We've also got in the grounds her bone series, where she's basically come across something and created a sort of human form, and that's quite different from the rest of your work.
Yes.
But the last piece that arrived came on Thursday afternoon, and it was finished in the foundry, I think, sometime on Wednesday. It's called Bliss, and it certainly was blissful when it arrived, I can tell you. But it is my great pleasure to ask Nicola to say a few words and to open our exhibition. Nicola.
Good afternoon, everyone. Aren't we lucky with the weather? So lovely to see so many people here today, and thank you, Gwyn, for the introduction. I'm delighted to be here today and to support AppArt. There's something very, very special about AppArt and what they do, and they encourage creativity in Surrey. Isn't that wonderful? And I've spent the bulk of my adult life living in Surrey, so it's very special. Thank you. Yes, I also went to art college in Surrey. That's what I was going to say. I love the fact that AppArt exhibits in schools, because this is where creativity begins. This is where you hope creativity will be encouraged and thrive. We need our young people to be creative. It's so important. We are creative animals. We need to see lovely, beautiful, touching things that inspire us. Yeah. It's so important. As a child, all I wanted to do was draw. I didn't want to do anything else. And in those days, I happened to live abroad, and things were a bit more relaxed those days. You wouldn't get away with it nowadays. But there were many times where I'd be in my classroom and all the children would be sitting at desks listening to the teacher talking, and I would be sprawled on the floor with all my papers and my paints and my drawing equipment, and they let me do works for the school. Just as I was about 10 or something like this. But you wouldn't get away with that nowadays. But isn't that wonderful? It didn't stop me doing my work. It just made me feel that art had some value, that art was important. And that's, I think, stayed with me ever since. And I hope that happens nowadays. We are creative beings. We are visual beings. We need this sort of stimulus. We need things that touch us. We need emotional responses. We need to feel something. And why? Who knows? But we get a huge amount of pleasure and joy from artworks. It's very, very important to human beings. If you buy something you fall in love with, you will love it forever. It will be there as a lifetime. You will have that thrill from that piece of work. You, of course, all understand that, which is why you're here. And today's exhibition is such a diverse, colourful and uplifting show. I've already seen a queue of people buying work, which is absolutely wonderful. So I hope everyone here falls a little bit in love with a piece of artwork, and even if you can't buy it, I hope it lifts you. But even better, if you find something you can't live without, that's what we want, isn't it? So enjoy the show, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicola, for your kind words. This exhibition is not possible without all the artists who are taking part in this. They are all amazing, and they have been so supportive of us for many, many years, and hopefully many more years to come. But can I actually say a thank you to a few people? First of all, Nicola, thank you. Thank you. Secondly, to King Edward School, and in particular I would like to thank Vicky and Hannah. Vicky is standing there, and Hannah. So they've been so supportive with us being part of the school, and they made us feel so welcome. The school is truly special, And you feel that when you're on site, do come and visit the school, because it is a special place for people to be, and especially youngsters. The school has improved tremendously, hasn't it, Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can have coffee and tea and at any time, really, and enjoy it. So, yes, and also I'd like to thank the head for letting us use the school. So, and also I would like to thank Wayne for being a very supportive husband. We quarrel a lot during this time.
No, we don't.
But we always come up trumps. And also I would love to thank both my children, Joyce and Gareth, and their partner, Georgie and Cameron. They have helped us tremendously as well. And also part of the team is Kay and Ian. Kay is Gwen's sister. It is a truly family affair, this company. So do enjoy it. Have lots of lovely nibbles and wines, and enjoy the show.
Vicky and Hannah, can you come through?
It could be better.